So today I'm going to talk about something that's been in the news, and it's this person named Sam Bankman Fried. And sadly, he was famous. Now he's infamous for being a fraudster, being a charlatan, by taking he was part of this company called FTX. He started it. He was the founder of it, and it was $1 billion cryptocurrency exchange and making billions of dollars and helping people exchange money, real money, for cryptocurrencies, various cryptocurrencies. And then, if you don't know the whole backstory, he took this money that was an exchange that people trusted him with, and he used that money to do trades. He owned another company called Alameda Research, and he took depositors' money. People trusted him with this money, and he used their trust. He took their money and he gambled on it. He basically gambled with their money. He took their money and he gambled with it at this other company called Alameda Research. They lost billions of dollars gambling other people's money, by the way, that these people have never given them permission to use in the first place. So this guy is a fraudster and a charlatan. He took away people's money. He cheated them out of their money, and just an overall bad thing that he did. And people lost billions worth of dollars, just like Madoff did with his pyramid scheme in 2008, 2009, when that fell apart. So why am I telling you this? You could see this in the news yourself. You don't need a recruiter to tell you this. But I want to relate this to recruiting, because in recruiting, we also deal with a lot of fraudsters and charlatans and cheaters. And to be honest, it's part of human nature when it comes to recruiting, because you're dealing with people's emotions, because people are applying for jobs. It's their livelihood. They need to eat. They need to put food on the table to support themselves and support their families. So that creates an incentive for them to lie. Maybe not to lie, some of them do lie, but definitely exaggerate their skill set. And they exaggerate their skill set. Why? Because they want the job. They'll tell you that if you want 1 year of experience or 5 years of experience, and they only have, let's say, 3 months of experience, they'll exaggerate to you and tell you that they have 2 years. They'll exaggerate. They'll tell you what you want to hear. Why would they tell you what you want to hear? Because they want the job. They want to support their families, and they want you to like them, and they want you to offer them a job, and they want to go work for you. That's why they send you the resume. That's why they apply. So that's their incentive. There's a huge incentive in the market for them to lie to you. So what does that mean for you? That means if you are a hiring manager, you need to find out if the person's lying to you. Because if you don't, you're going to hire one of these charlatans, and he's going to cost you thousands of dollars, maybe tens of thousands of dollars. And then in the end, in 2-3 months or 4 months, or maybe even shorter in a week, or whatever it is, it might take you 6 months, who knows? You're going to find out that the person has lied to you, that they exaggerate their skill set, that they don't know what they told you that they know. And then you have to let them go. And then you have to pay unemployment insurance for them. You have to give them all these wages. You lose, first of all, you lose thousands of dollars, maybe tens of thousands of dollars of productivity on them. And then to get rid of them, you lose money too. So it costs you a lot of money to make this huge mistake of hiring people that are fraudsters and cheaters. So as a hiring manager, you need to make sure that you don't hire those people. So the question is, how do you do that? What I advise hiring managers to do as a recruiter, as a professional advisor, professional recruiter, I advise hiring managers to investigate. The key in this business is investigate, investigate, investigate. You need to know if the person's lying to you, so or at least exaggerating. You could take a little bit of exaggeration, but not too much. So how do you do this? If it's an IT skill set, it's very easy. You ask them functional questions, configuration questions, answers that they would only know if they actually worked in the system, if they actually have the experience that they say that they have. So that way, it's very easy to get rid of the charlatans, filter them out of the system. And that's what we do for our clients. Another way to do it for developers is to give them a coding challenge. And that way, you can tell from their code, you can have a great interview with them, first round, second round, but you really know their skill set if you give them a coding challenge and you see how they do on the coding challenge. That's the easy way. A third way, if you're dealing with salespeople, is you give them you ask them for references. You ask them for references from one of their biggest accounts, or 2 or 3 of their biggest accounts, that could vouch for the sales that they did for that organization. And you know that if the person cannot give you great references for their book of business, that most likely they're exaggerating their book of business. They could say, oh, it's private, it's confidential. Sure, sure, but if you've been in the business for 10 to 15 years or more, 20 years, even 5 years, you've dealt with at least 20, 30, 50 accounts, maybe more. So you will have a book of business that you could go back to that you have sold a lot of services or products to. And if they don't have that, then most likely they're exaggerating their skill set or outright lying to you. The same thing you could do in finance. Ask them to create an Excel finance statement for you, or some kind of chart of accounts, something to show their work. We always advise clients that if they are scared of charlatans and fraudsters, you investigate, investigate. And people ask, well, Dmitry, what about trust? Trust is built when someone does something and they say they're going to do something and they do it, and that's consistent, and they say they're going to do it and then they do it. That's how you build trust. You don't give people trust outright without knowing them. That is being naive. That is not smart. When you just met someone, the best thing to do is to investigate. And through investigation, you build trust. And then when you hire them and they do what they say they're going to do, that's how you build trust too, when you actually hire them. So I hope you understand about trust and investigation in recruiting. Now about this guy, Sam Bankman Fried, there's nothing you can do about now if you lost your money. If you got cheated by this fraudster, you just move on with your life. And we hope that the justice system does right for him. Yeah, that's all I got to say on that topic in the news. I hope I taught you something about recruiting as well. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next video.